Okay, so junior GRC analyst. This is one of the strongest beginner paths with just a security plus. It's policy and risk focused rather than it being too technical. So competition comes from business audit backgrounds, not hardcore tech folks. Many organizations hire certificate holders directly into these junior spots. But because the competition's gotten more fierce recently, if we had this conversation, champs, and I really wish we did back in 2023, you'd have a GRC job lined up for you while you're freaking scheduling your CompTIA Security Plus. But clearly right now, that's not the market that we're in, but that's okay. Let's take a look at the top 5 responsibilities for a GRC analyst and what are the best side projects to differentiate you from the rest of the market. So first things first is assist risk assessments by gathering data on potential vulnerabilities and threats. So what we need right here is conduct a personal risk assessment on a mock company network using NIST. And all of these little frameworks basically and all these little buzzwords are going to go out there and help you out. NIST is free risk management framework. Compile a spreadsheet of threats with weak passwords, rate them by impact, and visualize and create a visualization chart all in Excel. Or you can actually do that or Google Sheet. Okay. Now, next off, review and update security policies. So what you can base policies, procedures, compliance documentation for NIST ISO 27001, SOC 2 basic. And all you got to go ahead and do is draft a sample security policy document for a small business based on NIST. If you want to see how these projects look like, reach out to me right here on LinkedIn and ask me about it because I don't know who you are because you're just basically watching the YouTube. But we could definitely go out there and see if we can help you out if you would qualify for our program. We do only take 35 seats a month. So if we fill up, you basically just have to wait for the next one. But you could draft a sample security policy document for small businesses based on NIST. Okay, and you have, like, NIST is a big part of this job, as you can see, compared to the help desk analyst job. Number 2, 3, support internal and external audits. So what you can do here is you can simulate an audit by reviewing an open source project code for compliance gaps. And then you can create a remediation tracker in Trello or Airtable. Next off, you can go out there and monitor changes and help map them to company controls. What can you do here? Track recent changes in the GDPR and CCPA using public resources. Map them to basic controls in a mind map like MindMeister. You can also go ahead and do something like this with Figma, or another one that's really good is Notebook LM. Okay, and we have these templates that's already in our program. So reach out to me on LinkedIn. Okay, maintain risk registers and vendor questionnaires. And what you can do here is you can build a risk register in Google Sheets with columns for threats, likelihood, and mitigations, and populate it with examples from your home network and add those formulas for risk scoring. So what do you do with this information right now? Well, for starters, reach out to me on LinkedIn because I can actually show it to you. I'm trying to keep these videos very short to give you guys a clear overview. But having said that, the next thing that we really want to go ahead and do with all of this is you want to dedicate time that you're going to be working on your portfolio projects versus actual applying. But you also want to have somebody review whether or not your portfolio project is looking good and whether or not you are actually presenting your project in the right light. If you don't have a project versus somebody else that does, somebody else that does is going to take it from you. As we continue to grow and scale and drop more YouTube videos, chances are if you're watching this video as of right now, the recording of this video is February 2026. As we continue to scale and get more traction out there in the marketplace, you're going to have other people that are going to be utilizing a lot of these portfolio projects, in which case we just got to go ahead and create more to differentiate you from the pack. Every problem, you're in cybersecurity right now. So you got to just think like a cybersecurity professional already. Every single problem that you're running into has a solution to it. So that's all we got to do. If you always have this mindset of being curious rather than being frustrated, like Instead of thinking like, oh, I got to do this, is like, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more about that. You're just going to be A-okay. And these are the types of people that make it to the very, very high ranks of the cybersecurity ladder. So with that said, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube and definitely reach out to me on LinkedIn because I can't help you unless I know who you are. With that said, in our next video right here, we're going to go ahead and talk about, obviously, one of the most popular roles is the SOC analyst position.